Long ago, in a quiet village nestled between the hills of Eastern Africa, there lived a boy named Nura. He was the youngest of 6 children, and though his family was not rich, their home was full of laughter, firewood smoke, and the smell of roasted maize. They had a small farm, a cow that gave milk, and an old mango tree that dropped golden fruit in the dry season. Nura's mother often said, "We may not have much, but our hands are never empty." Still, Nura did not see it that way. He looked at the traders who came from the big towns, dressed in fine clothes, holding radios and shiny phones. He watched their cars raise dust like wind spirits and wished he had their lives. "I'm tired of this poor village," he would mumble. "Tired of old clothes and wooden cups." One evening, as the sun melted behind the hills, Nura sat beside his grandfather, Baba Podja, a man whose wrinkles held more stories than words. Baba Podja noticed the boy's long face. "You look like a hungry goat that lost its way," the old man said, chuckling. "I just want more," Nura replied. "Something better than this life. What good are old gourds and dry land?" The old man nodded slowly. "Then let me tell you a story. Not of lions or warriors, but of a simple God. Many years ago, in a season of harsh drought, the rivers turned to dust and the trees stopped whispering. The people cried for rain, but the sky gave nothing. In that time, a young girl named Obra lived with her blind grandmother. They had only one gourd, a hollowed, dried calabash, which they used to fetch water. Each day, Obra would walk far to a shrinking stream and bring back what little water she could. She filled the gourd with care, knowing it was their lifeline. The gourd was old, stained by smoke and time, but it held every drop like a mother holds a child. One day, a merchant from the city passed through and laughed at her. "You still use that old thing?" he asked, pointing at her gourd. "I can sell you a fine metal bottle. It shines like the moon." Obra stared at the bottle. It was beautiful. She traded the gourd for it, thinking she had won. That night, she walked to the stream with pride, dipped the metal bottle, but the cap leaked. Every step home, water slipped out. By the time she reached her grandmother, the bottle was dry. "I lost the water," she whispered, ashamed. Her grandmother touched the bottle and sighed. Sometimes, things that shine cannot hold what truly matters. Baba Podja finished the story and looked at Nura. The fire crackled between them. "Do you understand, my boy?" Nura stared into the flames. Something inside him shifted like dry leaves in the wind. He thought of their old gourd at home, the one his mother used to pour porridge. He remembered how she patched it with care, how it never spilled. He remembered his father's hands, rough but strong, planting seeds in tired soil. He thought of how they all shared ugali from one pot, laughed under one roof, and made something out of almost nothing. "I think I do," he said quietly. Years later, Nura did leave the village. He studied hard, found work in the city, wore clean shirts and held a phone of his own. But on his desk sat a single item, an old, smoke-stained Gourd from home. Every time he felt lost in the noise of tall buildings and fast cars, he looked at it and remembered. Not everything old is useless. Not everything new is better. And sometimes, the most precious things are already in your hands. A shiny bottle may catch your eye, but it is the old Gourd that holds your life. Value what you have, before you trade it for what you only think you need.